All right, Mr. D, let's talk about fall vegetable gardening. What do we need to know?
Well, you need to know that gardening is a year-long affair. It's not just
sir.
a springtime affair.
That's right.
And an efficient gardener will, after he harvests a crop of corn, they'll take the corn out and they'll plant some fall crops. There at University of Tennessee has an excellent publication called Fall Vegetable Gardens. And I encourage anyone interested in gardening to grab one of these publications, because not only does it have a good chart that tells you when you can plant and what you can plant. You can see I have things highlighted here that are saying we can plant until September 1, and that's about now.
Okay.
But this guide is a recommendation for the entire state of Tennessee. On the back page of this publication, it has a neat little table that tells you the average day that an area receives the first 32-degree temperature.
Okay.
So I guess that would be the first frost. And Memphis, where we are right now, is November 6th.
Wow.
And if you look down through here, that is by far the latest date of a first frost. So that tells me that in Memphis, I can add a couple of weeks to that September 1 date and not worry about it a whole lot.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you happen to be in Allard, Tennessee, September the 19th, so in a couple of weeks, you guys are going to get a frost, and forget about the September 1 date. It's not going to do you any good.
Right.
So just keep in mind the date is an average across the state of Tennessee. It's very important to look at, you know, Memphis, November 6th. Hey, Newbern, where I'm my hometown, October 13th. You know, and it's a real handy tool to use.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this corn out.
All right.
And we're going to try to get rid of some of these weeds that have grown up in here.
There's a lot of spurge in there.
And do a little bit of light tilling. It would be nice if we had a tiller, but this is a really small area, and I think we can take care of it with hand tools. And we're not going to do the entire area. I think we're going to do just the first 4 feet across here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to plant cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli, lettuce, and spinach.
All right.
The first 3 that I mentioned, the cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli, need more room than the spinach and lettuce need.
Okay.
So really we need about 18 inches apart, and I'm gonna, so that we'll have enough room, I'm gonna go ahead and make my little hill.
Okay.
And we'll plant several seeds in each hill, and then we're gonna need to thin them down to 1 or 2.
Wow.
So there's where we're gonna do our first one. In the fall, you probably need to plant deeper than you would plant in the spring, and all of this is in this publication. This soil is very moist. It was irrigated before we're planting, which is a good thing to do. You definitely are going to probably need to irrigate, and you can irrigate before or after you plant, but it's better to irrigate before you plant in the moist soil. That way you don't have to deal with irrigating after you plant and forming a crust.
Right.
This soil has really good organic matter, so water holding capacity shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to put one about here, and then one about here. So we're going to utilize all of our space here.
Okay.
I'm just basically doing this to mark it more than anything. And that Bermuda grass sprig, we're not going to stand for that. You got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bermuda's gonna love this plot after a while, though. We're gonna get it out of there.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the other 2 rows.
Okay.
They're going to be, it's going to kind of be a little grid, kind of like the corn that we had. So that's 3. You know, I've been called an artist with a hoe. Not really.
Not really. Uh-oh.
Fairly dangerous, as a matter of fact.
All right.
Okay. Let's plant.
All right.
Okay. What do you want
first?
Cabbage, broccoli, or cauliflower? Which do you prefer first?
Cabbage, man.
Cabbage?
I like cabbage.
Okay. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Oh no, where is it?
Remember? Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's right there.
Yeah, that's where I pulled that Bermuda
Yeah.
grass out, wasn't it?
It was. You had another mound in here.
How about you? It's planted.
All right.
Little seed goes a long way. Okay, next, broccoli or cauliflower?
I can go to broccoli.
You'll definitely have to do some thinning. Now that leaves
Cauliflower. All right.
cauliflower. Lettuce or spinach?
Lettuce. Do that.
Okay. Okay.
You see it?
Three to 6 inches between plants.
3 to
That's what's
6
recommended on the
inches.
lettuce. Okay.
All right. You should remind folks, you don't have to plant those seeds that deep, right?
You don't have to
Yeah,
plant
little
them that
small
deep, but they
seeds.
need to be deeper than in the spring.
Right.
And the average rule of thumb is 4 times the diameter of the seed.
Right.
So a seed that small, you could throw it on top of the ground and drag a harrow over it or something and be all right.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So what's the last one?
Spinach,
Ah,
Popeye's favorite.
Popeye.
Do you think that really worked for kids
I don't know. I tried it
because of Popeye?
because of Popeye.
Okay, I guess it does then.
Yeah. I thought I was strong anyway when I ate it.
These seeds are a little bigger.
They are.
3 to 4 inches between
3 to
plants.
4
I can plant it a little
inches,
thicker.
All right.
More
Volunteer.
volunteers. Yeah. The seed that I planted was 2017 seed. So they're a little old, not real old, but I planted them a little thick
Mhm.
to make up for any poor germination. So when they come up, and I expect that more will come up than we need,
Okay.
so you're probably going to have to thin everything. Everything that I planted at too thick a rate.
Okay.
And you need to do that when you're putting seeds out. When you're planting transplants, you don't necessarily have to do that.
Sure.
Transplant's already up and going.
Right.
But firm that a little bit.
Yeah.
This Bermuda grass is
Oh,
ready
it's-
to go. I mean, it's
come back with a
gonna jump.
vengeance. It sure is.
It's gonna take off. So we have to deal with
Right.
do some weed control out
Right.
here. But now we got a fall garden. Set back. If we don't get a rain in a few days, you probably need to irrigate it.
Mhm.
If you do get a rain, let Mother Nature's taking care of it for you.
Take care of it for us.
And see what happens. Mainly look out for insects because they're hungry this
Yes.
time of the year.
Yeah.
And
And the Bermuda again, like we
and the
mentioned.
Bermuda.
Yeah,
We-
several times.
weeds and insects are probably going to be your biggest problem.
Right. All right, Mr. D, we sure appreciate that demonstration.
Okay,
Now, let's
good
go
deal.
let's go get some water, man.
Let's do it.
Sweat.
Yeah. Hydrate.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please click the subscribe button below.